Charlotte Haxall Noland was a mentor for countless young women for decades in our area. She was and is best known as the beloved founder of Foxcroft School. She was a legendary presence in Middelburg and remains so today. From the time she started her prestigious all-girls private boarding school in 1914 at age 31, she was known to everyone in the community simply as Miss Charlotte. Miss Charlotte's roots here are deep. She was a great-great-great-granddaughter of Revolutionary War veteran Levin Powell, who established Middelburg in 1787. She was born in 1883 at Burland, a 274-acre estate on the Plains Road, just south of Middelburg. Her parents had been given the property as a wedding present by her grandfather, Major Burr Noland, CSA, hence the name. In the mid-1890s, her mother thought her children needed proper education and moved the family first to Washington, D.C., and then to Baltimore. In D.C., Miss Charlotte was enrolled at the Force School near DuPont Circle. Among the school's distinguished graduates were President Theodore Roosevelt's son, Quentin, and aviation pioneer Charles Lindbergh. Miss Charlotte was often late to school and frequently a truant. She hated being indoors and what she thought were idiotic rules. She learned little and was eventually expelled. She had a happier experience at a small nearby school who inspired her to want to have a school of her own. Her first teaching job was as an athletics instructor at St. Timothy's, an all-girls private Episcopalian boarding school outside of Baltimore. The girls were split into two teams for sports, and Miss Charlotte later divided her Foxcroft girls into two teams, Foxes and Hounds. This became a defining school tradition to this day. She herself was a fox. In the early 1910s, Miss Charlotte started summer camps for girls at Burland. One of the campers, known as Farmettes, was Wallis Warfield, a former student and later became Wallis Simpson, the Duchess of Windsor, the American wife of abdicated British King Edward VIII. By 1912, Miss Charlotte was good friends with Daniel Cox Sands and his wife Edith, who had moved to Virginia horse country from New York. The Sands owned a historic property at Pot House, close to Middelburg. Miss Charlotte acquired the property next door, Locust Lawn, to start her long-hoped-for school there. With financial help from family, friends, and a gentleman admirer at People's Bank in Leesburg, she succeeded. Her school opened in 1914. The name Foxcroft came to her during a visit to Oxford, England, and she stowed it away for her future school. She chose as her school's motto, Mens sana in corpore sano, a healthy mind and a healthy body. The outbreak of World War I made the safe, protective Foxcroft environment an attractive alternative for well-to-do parents who would have ordinarily sent their daughters to finishing schools in Europe. By the late 1920s and early 1930s, Foxcroft had developed into an established, nationally known, highly selective and well-regarded institution. Miss Charlotte's personal life also had some sorrow. Her romance with Joe Thomas, another New York emigre, fox hunter and owner of nearby Huntland, did not last. Later, the only man she was ever engaged to died in combat in France a few hours before the 1918 armistice. But Foxcroft was her great joy. She built a solid academic program to complement the strong athletics. Many events she created became enduring school traditions. The annual in-house horse shows, Christmas pageant including live animals, the Fox/Hound sports competitions, the Sunday evening sermons, the Halloween ghost stories, and the giving back to the community through her girls' civic engagement. Miss Charlotte retired in 1955, 18 years after she had incorporated the school as a non-profit institution and given it outright to the alumni. In 1958, Columbia University gave her an honorary doctorate of humane letters. She had often joked that the only letters after her name were MFH, Master of Foxhounds. In the space race years of the early 1960s, she remarked, not entirely in jest, she'd like to be the first woman on the moon. She passed away on July 9, 1969, a few days before Neil Armstrong stepped onto the lunar surface. She was buried in the small Foxcroft Cemetery on the school's grounds. Her tombstone includes a quote from the Book of Kings that summarizes Miss Charlotte's kindness and guidance to her girls. "Lo, I have given thee a wise and understanding heart."